Good morning, everybody. Once again, thank you for tuning in. I am your girl, your mother, Nongwengwezi. Those that love me more call me Nkwe. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm back again with yet another video for you. What are we discussing today? I'm sorry I've been scarce the past few days. It's hectic. Sifike with big days. It's the festive season. People have money, so sifumana amathenda left, right, and center. Sikhalisa ibhokhwe, siyafukamisa, busy. This is our busiest time as amagqirha. Kubhizi. Iibhokhwe kufuneka zikhalile. Uyayiva ke ngoku. Zikhona iibhokhwe ezifuna igqirha. Uyayiva ke ngoku. Abantu kufuneka befukamile. They need us. So yeah, it gets hectic around this time. So yeah, I've been scarce, not posting, because I've been really busy. But I'm back. I don't want to be away from you for a long time because I think me and you are gelling together. So let's do this once again. What are we talking about today? I feel like doing a story time actually because the truth is I didn't plan a topic. So story times always save the day for me. Let's do a story time. But this story time sizaba khona isiXhosa, you understand? But I'll try and make sure that siya understand that even those that don't speak Xhosa. My story time is yet again around being taken for a ride by bogus healers. It has happened to me as well. Don't think that when we come with advice and we seem like we know things, we know because we've been dealt with. We've been hit hard, baby. Nathi kukhe kwadlalwa ngathi sagqumzwa. Broad daylight, abantu bekhona bejongile. These things happen. But when they happen, make sure you learn something. Like I learned something, and ube pop emveni koko ungaqumzwa okoko kude uyofa. So yeah, where do I start with my story time? Okay, I'm gonna tell you 3 stories in one. You understand? But that I think the essence is to highlight ukuthi, how sometimes you can fall victim. We understand of healers who pretend to know what they're doing when they don't know. Healers who abathwele basically. You understand? They are in the trade because they went and got, help from people with magics, batwala, and they know how to call us. Bayasibiza ngezizwe, we understand, such that we need their help and we find ourselves in their ndumbas, you understand, because izizwe zabo ziyasebenza. There are healers who are just fake, abathwalela vele ukuthi basirobhe nje, you understand. Yeah, so it happened 3 times for me. And for the longest time, some of those things I thought I would never tell anyone because yazini kufana nesalamuzi. Ukhe waziva izitori zesalams. Athi umuntu, I met this person in town. They told, we both saw money at the same time. We picked it up and then we agreed ukuthi we're gonna share it. We understand. And then we had to go to some corner and then I had to take out money and they took me to the ATM. A story nje, we understand. But at the end of the day, your money is gone. Those stories, if that were to happen to me, I don't know if I would ever come back to tell the tale. Because you ask yourself, but where was my brain at that time? You understand? It's magic. It's magic. You understand? You can be stolen in a moment. You understand? Ukuhlakanipha kuphela in the moment. So it happened to me. And I thought these are some of the things I would take to the grave and I would never share. But as I grow in my trade of healing, I find that these are the things to share so that not everyone falls into the trap. We understand? So that you can smell a rat a mile away. Let me talk about the first time I had the first time I knew that abantu abadala abaphambenanga, they are not stupid. Abaphambenanga. It's just that sometimes we don't listen. Sometimes they give us signs, but thina sibe la, we understand and think we know better and don't listen. Kanti siyashaywa shaywa. So this one time, yo, I'm telling you, it feels like kunento engene emehlweni. You know when you're not used to makeup? Yeah, that's much better. I'm not used to, but I love it. Anyway, so this one time I was told ukuthi utamkhulu wami was iqhwele. Yes, he was. One of the greatest actually. And you know when we went for a consultation, they were on point ukuthi itasi yakhe azange ichithwe. We understand. That is why we're having the problems we're having at home. It is because itasi katamkhulu had not been dealt with after he passed away. So we thought because this woman is on point, we understand, surely she knows, how to correct this. Don't be so sure. Sometimes umuntu can get it right. You understand? Kumvumisa, but they don't know how to, we understand, correct whatever it is that needs correction. Sometimes people banyangelwe ukuthi avumise nje kuphela. Like bayathwala. Sometimes umuntu uyathwala athwalele indaba. We understand afakwe izizwe. We understand ukuthi akwazi ukuhlola. We understand. But when it comes to doing umsebenzi, akazi ukuthi isetshenzwa kanjani. No clue at all. So yeah, we invited her then to come and do lendathi yiyo le ingxaki apha ekhaya. So part of it was for us to go to Engetheni. Ingethe is a forest basically. There's a forest nearby. I think sithi kuKwaSikhoba apha elalini yam. It's quite a distance. You walk, quite a distance. It can take about 2 hours to get there. And it's not even accessible by car. You understand? The car can maybe get you closer by an hour, but then you have to walk another hour to actually now get to the forest because there is, I think there's a swamp. You understand? Between the gravel road and the forest. You understand? And if a car were to try to cross over, izoqinga basically. So now we were apparently going to Fukama at the forest, you understand, sleep over there the night. And everything that was going to be done, it was going to be done there. There was a goat that was going to be slaughtered at the forest. So it was a group of us, my family basically, and Amagqirha that came with us. So we went with our goat. You understand? My aunt was actually carrying a 20 liter, yeah, a 20 liter full of umqombothi. I was behind her. My brother and I were right behind her. Walking, we were talking. Amagqirha, I think they were ahead of us. We understand? They had actually arrived at the forest. We could see them because, they were white, so you can't miss them. They had gone with the goat. No, the goat was with my brother. They had gone with the other stuff like pots and blankets, and because we're going to sleep over. So we were walking, getting the three of us. I think we were the last of the group. As we're walking, a sound, boom, alas, we stopped. What's that? Kanti it's the bucket, ne, full of umqombothi belivaliwe. You understand? So you know umqombothi uyabila mos. You understand? So the steam forced the lid to open and wachitheka umqombothi. Remember, we are behind aunt, but there was no sign of umqombothi anywhere on the ground or even on her. True. It's a true story. I know my stories sometimes, but this is, I'm telling you something that happened and I was there. It's not even a story that I heard from someone. Umqombothi wachitheka, you know, um, she went like, ba, 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 ba. Wachitheka umqombothi. Next thing, there's nothing in the bucket, but there's nothing on her. There's nothing on the ground. Hmm? We looked at each other like, really? I mean, manyan. Hey! For, there was a moment of silence. No one talking. Because we're like, okay, what the pookie? But there was no mqombothi. We had to cross over and inform Igqirha ukuthi, you know what? This is what has just happened. Now, we are chagelo mama, those women that shout a lot, without any understanding of what just happened. Yeah. She was shouting, no, 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 no. Nizau, lo mqombothi lawo. No, 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 no. You need to make sure by the time we sleep, I have umqombothi. Because awukho lo msebenzi ngaphandle kwalo mqombothi. I was like, in my heart, I was like, you are not even going to wonder because we've just told you, a story, a weird story. You're not even wondering why and what happened. And I thought when we got to her, because she is the wise one, kaloku ligqirha ndithi. So she would have used her intuition, we understand, to understand what had happened, what caused what happened. And I'm like, you're not even going to, you don't care, you understand? I'm like, something is wrong here. But again, ndingumntana, I don't know much. I think it was my first year as it was. So I'm disaster. You understand? So I was like, okay, we'll take the lead from you. They went, ne? Athi ningahambi ngalaa ndlela. Meaning she could suspect ukuthi there is something wrong. Kha nize ngenye indlela. We understand? But the second time, the mqombothi got there. And we slept over. And the following morning, the goat was slaughtered. Sayitshela khona phayana, it was nice. Yabraywa kwamandi wethu sasela nomqombothi. She did whatever she had to do with umqombothi and the rest of whatever she had to do. Fine, we came back home. Kwaselwa the mqombothi that was left at home, and nothing else, and they left. 3 years later, literally 3 years later, I meet a Sangoma who had gone as a family for another consultation for the problems we had. And this man is like, tell me, I see you guys going to a forest somewhere near Fukama. What was that all about? I need my oros. My poverty juice. Anyway, atsho ke lo tata into yokuba yintoni le nani naniyenza, yintoni leyo nifukamisa ehlathini. And ukubona aze nayo utata into yokuba nithi nisebenza itasi yexhwele. Lo tata wayengelogqirha, wayelixhwele. Ngoku yintoni leyo nifukamisa engazange wafukama yena? What exactly were you doing? What were you doing? We couldn't answer. And then he was like, on the way there, something strange happened. But even with that strange event, you felt what you had to go ahead. We remembered ukuthi umqombothi wachitheka in a very strange way. So for me, like I had suspected even at that time ukuthi this has meaning, but igqirha zange liyibone. We understand. And we went ahead. We understand. So what I'm trying to say is our spiritual guides are always talking to us, but we don't pay attention. There was a sign. Ukuthi ayikho lento siyoyenza phaya. I don't know why she made us do that. You understand? But we did it. Sorry. So that was the first time for me that we were dealt with. Slaughtered a goat for nothing. Went to sleep ehlathini engetheni for sweet nothing. We understand. Because honestly, there's no way we could explain ukuthi lo mqombothi uphalale njani, and you can't, kaloku usisi lo and bekumele uba ungcolile umdaka ngumqombothi on the body, but there was literally nothing. There was nothing on the floor. That nje on its own was a very huge sign, but we chose to ignore the sign. The second time I am ndisebenza isithunywa. Sizothetha ngesithunywa, one of the videos. Isithunywa, for me, I know, there are people who choose to believe ukuthi for igqirha or thina bantu bantsundu, there is nothing called isithunywa. It's almost like we are being misled, you understand, by Christianity ukuthi ufuna ntoni kwizithunywa. We understand, because we are not white. We understand. But I'm not there yet. We'll have that argument in another video. Right now, I'm just explaining to you ukuthi I had umsebenzi where kwakuzawuphakanyiswa isithunywa sami. You understand? Isithunywa senkonzo, basically. So I had this father, this man. I'm not going to call him by name because andikaqini yet, andikafuna ubethwa ziinyangi. Yha! Ukubona ucinywa intlantsi usacinga uba ungulayita. I'm not ready. Andikho ready. Andizi emagameni abantu, but ke brothers unebandla elikhulu apha ngakooMonti, yabo. It's London vibes. I had witnessed him, we understand, doing something for a friend of mine. And I thought, you know what, he's actually good. La tata, ngaba bantu babizi number plate. Baxelele ne-number plate, ne-cell phone number yomntu, even i-house number. I was like, he's good. I need that man, by my corner. So he came ke kuzawuphakanyiswa isithunywa sam. One, he first sent a group of amagqirha. One thing you must notice, amagqirha that put alcohol at the forefront of everything they are doing, you must know ukuthi akho nto intle izawuphuma apho. These men and women of God came here. The first thing they were demanding on their first night here, they wanted alcohol. I'm like, but we haven't even started with umsebenzi. You understand? I'm already on my torturing journey that time. So I'm like, hell no, I'm not giving you any alcohol. That's not part of the deal. That's not how it works. And then they sent a few of the young matrasas to go buy beers in the village. I could, my moya wam nje could sense ukuthi, what, akho nto izabandle apha. The following morning, we went to the river. I don't know what they call it, but I thought we were going there to report. Siyoxoxela abantu abadala ukuthi uNonkwenkwezi uzabe edibanisa isithunywa nabantu abadala. We got there. Akho nto siyiphetheyo basically. you know. Yayintsimbi emhlophe qha. And I was like, aren't we supposed to be having maybe umqombothinyana, icuba, but no, just intsimbi. That was it. I didn't see any signs. When we go to the river, we listen or watch out for the signs which you are welcome for starters, or they are listening. You understand? You must see the signs. And at that time, I already knew the signs, but there were no signs. You understand? There's lots of signs, man. The water must boil. With me. When I go to the river and I talk to abantu abadala, there will be bubbles, like almost like water is boiling. When you got there, the water, like, uxoxa esizibeni ndawo kuqala. Isiziba is that part of the river, a pond, which is quiet. The water is still. We understand. But when you get there, the water starts, you understand, becoming alive, boiling. You understand? Frogs would jump in and out. There were no frogs when you got there. You understand? Certain, you know, um, 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 animals from under the water would come. Just sneak preview we are here. You don't see everything, but you can sense there is life. Yeah. When you're watching, there's something is happening this side. Everyone, each person will be like, oh, I saw it that side. Omunye will be like, you understand? Sometimes right in front of you understand? I'm trying not to be too specific here, but I'm just saying there are signs. There were no signs. We came back and I was supposed to now start ukuphehla isilawu. As ndiphehla isilawu, hayi esi silawu asivuki. And isilawu size nam sasasekhaya, undlela zimhlophe. It's just not coming to life, the way it should be. Instead, I was on my period right there and then. I had my period. Like, I could feel it as I was pedaling. You understand? And that's not supposed to happen. It's a very bad sign. But I still went ahead. Yeah. And I had a dream that day. They showed me isambato. You understand? A gown, basically, with a cross at the back. And I could see the cuffs, you understand? They showed me the gown and how it's embroidered and all of that. And they were like, we don't want this man in our homestead. And on the following day, I was summoned to his isikolo, leaving amagqirha akhe behind. He summons me because he wants to ask for a favor. He needs transport. I must go pick up something for him. Imagine I'm driving from Alice all the way to East London. You understand? Just because undenzela umsebenzi, now you are going to take advantage of me. But stupid me, I was like, okay. But I saw this gown. It was exactly like the one I saw in my dreams. And I was like, okay, should I tell him about the dream? But I decided not to. Damn it! That was the longest day of my life because imagine I still had to go on the errand he was, sending. Oh my goodness. When I was done with this errand, I drove back to Alice and I'm like, I looked at Lama Khawaki, they were drunk. Each day they were at my home. Anyone that's going to town, usiphathele guarana, usiphathele ntondoni. Like, all of them, not a single one of them um would be sober. I was like, what have I gotten myself into? But I didn't have the courage to tell my family to actually stop it. Let's stop. I wanted to say, stop, but I couldn't. I worried that my family, some of them had traveled from Joburg, from Cape Town, from Port Elizabeth. My friends, were here to support me. You understand? And for the longest time, I had not been getting support. People, when you start the journey of Twasa, people will be like, what have you got yourself into? They don't understand, how you can be so smart and allow yourself to be, you understand? So the beginning is usually lonely. So this time around, people are here to support me. I'm not sure if it's the fact that, there were connotations of this ritual, having to do with the church, it's like a little churchy. Maybe that's why I was getting support from them, my aunts, my uncles from all over the country. So I was scared to now say, guys, I think this healer is bogus. You understand? It felt like after that they would never believe in anyone, in any healer. So I was going to lose their support. So I decided to keep quiet, but I knew Uti. This is the man that I was told Uti, he's not supposed to be here. But when he got here, the theatrics, he was good. That man, hey, he shashubat me and my family. He knew exactly where my grandfather's itas iskwamasake is. Went and pointed at the place where it is, told us what it looks like, told us what it has inside, told us where he got it as, huh? Told me the name of a colleague that was, doing magics on me. Name and surname. A lot of things that would make you not doubt him. So those theatrics, I would be like, hey, maybe that dream man, Suga, this man is good. My family was like, yo. How you strong, Ulum? Yeah, you strong, you strong, you strong, you strong. So I let him go ahead. The third time, I let him go ahead, but it came back again, ukuthi uzayiphinda la nto ubuyenza. So I've had to phakamisa isithunywa sami yet again because ayikho la nto beyenza brothers, you know. So I wasted. I think I had made a loan of 15,000 rands to get that msebenzi done because I had to hire two kumbis, quantum ezimbini babes. From East London to here, I think they made me pay 5,000 rands for both kumbis. I had to put petrol on his Mercedes Benz. I had to have alcohol. I had to feed amagqirha akhe that were here for the whole week. Um, Slaughtered a sheep and two goats for sweet nothing. Saphala zigazi for sweet nothing. These things happen. It happened to me, but I got over it. The third time, this one is worse. And this is the one that I've always felt like I will never tell anyone. Ukuthi bake bangishaya. Hey, guys. Ndithi kuwe, one day I got a call from a young man. He's like, hi, I've got a missed call from this number. I'm like, missed call. That day, I know for sure I had not called a single person. Then it's Gorishela. You understand? It's either maybe I was having problems with baby boo or something, but then goisha like really hard. So I had not made any call to anyone. So I was like, no, it can't be me. He was like, but okay, where would I have gotten this number? I was like, I don't know. He was like, "Ulegqirha." I was like, why do you ask? He's like, I don't know. Something tells me you are. I'm like, okay. Dilil, and then he's like, Nam Dilil. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, maybe there's something you can help me with, or now I am going to help you with something. Don't you think it's not a coincidence? I'm like, you think so? He's like, yeah. Where do you live? I'm like, I'm in Alice. He's like, oh, okay, I'm in Kinglandstown. Um, let me come over. Maybe if we meet, we'll know where. Maybe we once met. I was like, suit yourself. The following morning, like 8:30, this guy was here. He only started calling when he was maybe like 10 minutes away. Pretended to be asking for directions. Now I know he was pretending. You understand? Because some things we are later would know, man. This is what happened. You understand? Otherwise, how did he know which part of Alice? You understand? Um, hmm. But at the time, I didn't smell the rat I was supposed to smell. He got here. I had breakfast with him. We were talking. I was like, no, I've never seen you, not even on a bar of soap. He was also like, I've never seen you too. And then as we were chatting, he started like, we are flat. When Zumlo's, ooh, a fly in my video. Is it because I'm fly? Yeah, I got that from Sims Right. One of um the people I like. Anyway, ndithi ke ngoku ubhutiza ubetha imilozi vivityo vi ndikwazi ke mna ke ndiphelele yena wenza leya le ifleyitayo vivityo vivityo. I'm like, and he was like, makhosi amakhulu, yebo makhosi, yebo, hey ngakuphi makhosi. Like, okay. And he summoned one of his guys. I was even shocked that he was not traveling alone. Why did he, let us make only for him, breakfast when he's traveling with people? So he was like, bring my here. They brought him here. Wakhulula umntu waqhiza. Ndithi wabetha ngogaga. Uyeva? And then he was like, call everyone who's blood related. I sent someone to call my mother and my daughter, my two nieces. They came. He was like, it's here, pointing at my room. And my mother was here in a flash. And then he was like, I need rough salt, I need a emailer, a knife, I need umkhonto. I'm like, for what? He's like, give me these things. Let's worry about for what later. I was like, okay, the only mkondo I can give you is the one I don't use. I cannot give you my mkondo. He was like, I don't care which one you give me, just give me umkondo. So I gave him umkondo that had not been used before. And he had the knife, and then he started tearing the bed, the mattress. Started tearing the mattress, putting salt in the holes. Like they're holding the mattress with makulu. My mother is one of those people that aboyiki into umuntu ongoyiki nix. Yabona yena, when we say a snake, she takes it like uyayibamba ayithatha ilahle phakude isibindi esingako. I don't know ukuthi ungumuntu onjani, but ke that's how she is. He would be like, iza ngapho makhulu, iza ngapho kwelo, izaphuma kwelo cala lakho, mayiphume, makaphume usathane. it came out. I've never seen such a lazy snake. It was so, I don't like snakes. Ne? When I see it in the magazine, I throw the magazine. I'm that. Nje, I don't like snakes. Even on TV, oh, I run away. Can you imagine a live one? And I was like, why is it so lazy? Like, it was like, he was like, he needs a bucket to put it in. My mother wanted to kill it with umkondo. He was like, no, if you do that, someone will die and wara. Then he put it in the bucket. He needed a bucket with a lid. Put it in the bucket. He was like, he would have to go because eyokuthakatha, eyokuloya, he must, send it back to the sender. And then he wanted us to give him 800 rands of coins because he must go to the river to, this money basically it's like an offering. I don't know, to the river or whatever. You understand? Where are we going to get 800 rands worth of coins? But he already had a solution. He called a friend asking, hey, Joe, do you have like 800 rand worth of coins? Joe was like, yeah, sure I do. He was like, okay, give me 800 rands. I'll give it to him. Then he will give me the coins. We're like, oh, okay, sure. So he went and then he called late in the evening. He was like, okay, I went there. And I spoke to your father. My father. And he was like, my father needs you to come to my scholar. We must go to his scholar. He needs to talk to us. Okay. And then we got there. And then he was like, actually, they want you to go to the river. We went, Buffalo River, the one near Beacons Bay. Bathini, kukho imikhukhu past Godipola. You know this guy. Bantu basemuntu kuthiwa nguNtlani. Ngumtyholi, Sathane wakwabantu. He's shot. Brothers. Engamabandla elinye igama lakhe. Yena akanimoyiki ke shem. The reason I am so nonchalant about him, animoyiki. Anyway, we went to the river. This is like 10 in the evening. And it was not just us. There were other people queuing as well. We went like, as like maybe 2 or 3 cars following each other. We following him. We were the first on the queue. So when we got there, we like parked the cars and then went down to the river. When he got there, he was like, gogo, gogo, sangikhona. Yeah, bomntanami. I'm like, hey, this voice. There was that part of me that was like, suspicious. Ngokwesivumelwano gogo. Wawuthe xa ndinengxaki ndize kuwe. Yebo mntanami, kuphi ingxaki? Wathi thethani naye. And I'm like to my brother, no, guys, I don't believe this. My mother was like, oh, simfumene umuntu ozasinceda. Ngoku wena uzosiphambanela phezu. Sizawuthetha kanti nalo gogo. Umhla sayazi uba yintoni ingxaki yelaa khaya. Okay. So they spoke to her. Yebo. Hayi, inkinga ayikho bantwana bami. Nina nidinga nje inkomo. Yizani nenkomo. Ninike uNtlane loo nkomo leyo. Uzayizisa apha kum. Mna ndizayazi uba mandiyitheni le nkomo bantwana bam. Ningisile kodwa. Ningincede, abantu bayathanda ukudlala ngoNtlane. Ze nimbhatale umntana. Sebenza kanzima. Nimbhatale inkulungwane zibe 5. Hey, guys. To cut the long story short, we got the cow, but Ntlane felt it was not the one that was needed there. This one needed to be what? It needed to have less than 8 teeth or something like that. And only who him could find it. So we just have to give him the money. Yeah, now he will find the cow. I knew ukuthi udlaliwe ngathi la. But my family was convinced. Ukuthi this is the man, this is our savior. We bought a car. We gave him money to buy a car for sweet nothing and paid him 5,000 rands for sweet nothing. These things happen, guys. So when I say watch out, we understand. People, that snake he made us see, that was no snake. Isalamus, you know, um, some kind of magic to make us see a snake when there's no snake. Bayazithwalela ezi zinto. They go to Durban, they go to, they don't even have to go to, Tanzania, Malawi, Nigeria. Here in Durban, ezi zinto, ziyenziwa, man. Abantu want to make a quick buck and we fall victim. So what I'm trying to say is, wise up, open your eyes. Don't fall into, the traps that some of us fell in. You understand? Because sometimes it can hurt your ego. It can drive you into depression. You understand? Uthi unengxaki and then umuntu aphinde azokufaka deeper and deeper into, you understand? Enye ingxaki emo. So guys, yeah. I'm not sharing because I love what happened to me. I'm sharing because I care. I care. And it's easy not to share because you don't want people to know ukuthi now kubekwe ezweni. Kumandi ngoba abantu bakwazi uba usoloko uthe pop. But the reality is sometimes ingqondo iyalala. Uvula amehlo ke. So yeah, that's it for today. Let me end it there because 42 minutes anyway. Guys, I will be in Joburg on Friday. My flight, I'm flying on Friday. I will be in Mondio for 2 days. So Saturday and Sunday, I'm available in Mondio, south of Johannesburg. Then Monday, I'm available in Centurion. I think Monday and Tuesday. And then we'll see how long I am there for. If you need me, you can ask for my digits and yeah. So I'm only available by appointment, by the way. So that sikwazi control. Otherwise, it gets hectic if I'm just going to allow anyone to come through. Yes, so that's it for now. Continue subscribing, continue supporting me. Thank you very much. It's been wonderful. I'm enjoying the journey with you. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.